but this topic of digital preservation gets to affect a lot of different fields, including public health. So we have Eliane Batista Pontes, who's a public health technologist, who will tell us how she approached the challenge.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank the event organizers for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. This place is such beautiful. This room is amazing. My name is Eliane Pontes. I have a bachelor's degree in communication, radio, and TV, and I worked as a video producer for Brazil's public health system for 20 years. I have a master's degree in heritage preservation. In fact, it was this master's degree that led me to the field of digital preservation and to the topic I'm discussing now. The topic I'm going to discuss now is the digital preservation of VideoSaúde Fiocruz's video archive and distributor. VideoSaúde Distribuidora is a subunit of the Fiocruz Institute of Scientific and Technological Communication and Health Information. VSD, or VideoSaúde, is responsible for managing an audiovisual collection structured in two sets of documents, archival collection and third-party collection. Fiocruz is a century-old institution dedicated to advancing science and technology in the field of health. It's active in both research and the production of vaccines and medications, as well as scientific communication and the preservation of historical record of public policies in Brazil. The VideoSaúde collection began to take shape in the late 80s during a crucial moment in Brazil's history, marked by struggles and victories for democracy and social justice, particularly in the field of health. It was a period when the Brazilian health reform movement was advancing in its debates and managed to include a broader understanding of health in the new Brazilian Constitution. At the time, a new approach to public health began to take shape in the country based on this expanded notion that health is complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not just the absence of disease. This concept, developed by the World Health Organization and reaffirmed in the Alma-Ata Declaration, inspired the creation of the Unified Healthcare System, SUS, which recognizes health as a right for all and a duty of the state. This perspective is also directly related to the fields of communication and health, of which I have been a part of since 2000, and which I can say is this service's main mission. VSD was created in 1988, initially as a video library, and has since evolved in distributor of reference videos in the unified field of communication and health. Among its many initiatives, VideoSaúde is involved in the production, distribution, and preservation of a vast audiovisual collection on health. This content includes documentaries, television programs, and recordings of technical and scientific events, addressing topics such as public health policy, the Brazilian unified healthcare system, the history of health, vulnerable populations, and mental health, etc., always from a broad perspective on health. Nowadays, it houses one of the largest audiovisual health collections in Latin America, with over 9,000 entries. The format is the collection are cataloged on its own platform, the Audiovisual Health Resources Bank, BRAVIS, which functions as an online public access catalog. Among the formats, the oldest are U-matic, Betacam, VHS, while the most recent are digital native. The diversity and wide variety of formats in Fiocruz's audiovisual productions have posed a major challenge, ensuring the long-term preservation, access, and sustainability of this heritage. It's against this backdrop that digital preservation takes on a strategic role. Fiocruz realized that simply recognizing the value of its collections was not enough. It was necessary to establish institutional mechanisms for coordination and governance. This led to the creation of Preservo, Fiocruz Collections Complex. Preservo is the body that coordinates the Foundation's network of collections and implements the policy for the preservation of scientific and cultural collections, with a governance structure comprising a management committee and the initiatives such as the Digital Preservation Program, the Digitization Manual, and the Digital Preservation Forum. VideoSaúde's experience is part of this broader institutional movement. Over the years, VSD has contributed through its practice in the production, dissemination, and preservation of audiovisual collections, actively participating in working groups, committees, and forums. Fiocruz's digital preservation program is guided by internationally recognized principles that shape both technical and institutional decisions. It is based on open and interoperable standards, ensuring the long-term sustainability, access, and circulation of digital collections as part of the institution's scientific and cultural heritage. The program adopts the OAIS reference models and incorporates preservation metadata standards, including Dublin Core, Premise, and METS. It is also aligned with ISO 16363 requirements, supporting the development of trustworthy digital repository within a collaborative network-based approach. In this context, and particularly to address the digital object management requirements of the standard, Archivematica has been adopted as the preservation system supporting these processes. VideoSaúde carries out its digital preservation activities based on the conceptual and regulatory framework adopted by the institution, addressing the unique challenges of audiovisual collections. At the core of this strategy is the organization of information according to the OAIS model, which aims to ensure its preservation in a trustworthy digital repository. Across the board, we seek to properly structure the information packages defined by OAIS, the SIP at the time of ingestion, the EIP, which is the package that is actually preserved, and the DIP, which enables access to the content. I would like to highlight here the advances we have made through internal and external partnerships. The first occurred through internal funding, which allowed us to begin developing a technological platform to support and automate the recording and documentation of the digitization process. In this context, the VideoSaúde Preservation Management System, SGP-VSD, was created. The development of this platform required the definition of workflows, interfaces, and above all, the creation of a technical manual, the VideoSaúde Videographic Document Digitization Plan, which began to guide the process in the standardized manner. A second breakthrough came from an external partnership through interinstitutional technical cooperation, which led to the creation of the VideoSaúde Digitization Laboratory, LabVSD. Equipment was acquired for the first digitization workstation, with plans to expand to 3. In addition to improvements to the SGP-VSD, including testing and the development of a data dictionary based on the premise standard. VideoSaúde implemented a packaging workflow for preparing digital objects prior to ingestion into the digital preservation repository, focusing on the authenticity, interoperability, and traceability of the information. Aligned with the OAIS model and the PIMAS standard, the workflow generates SIP packages structured in baggage, combining content and preservation metadata ready for ingestion into Archivematica. This process allows for greater standardization control and reduction of errors in package preparation, establishing a functional implementation aligned with the standards that converge with the OAIS model, although still evolving. Despite these advances, there are issues that need to be resolved to ensure the proper functioning of digital preservation efforts, recognizing the need to preserve its scientific and cultural collections in digital format. The institution is developing a new policy. The purpose of this policy is to establish requirements for the storage system that deals with aspects such as governance, financing, information security, environmental sustainability, and digital sovereignty. This work is carried out by a multidisciplinary team with complementary roles. Neide Mascarenhas, the second, is our longest-serving team member. She has followed the transformation of the collection over the years, from providing access on VHS and DVD to now working on the technical processing of metadata for digital objects. Cleomar Lopes, above, an electronic engineer, is responsible for designing and maintaining the technological infrastructure that supports the collection. Marco Dreyer Buarque, the first one, a specialist in audiovisual digital preservation and a member of IASA, for us, IASA, has contributed to the development of key documentation and continues to support the evolution of our preservation strategies. João Guilherme Machado, the second one, an archivist, leads the team and plays a central role in aligning our practices with digital preservation standards and institutional initiatives. And finally, I am also part of this effort, working in a digital preservation following many years dedicated to audiovisual production. These videos in the VideoSaúde collection constitute a documentary heritage of Brazilian public health. They document stories, practices, policies, and knowledge that help us understand not only diseases, but also territories, rights, ways of life, and forms of resistance. It's precisely because of this historical, social, and cultural value that these collections require ongoing preservation efforts, especially digital preservation, so that they remain intact, accessible, and meaningful for future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Eliane.
I would like to answer questions, but I'm afraid I don't speak enough in English. But
Do we have a Portuguese
we can try.
interpreter?
No, we can try. We can try with
Okay.
the help of a friend for South America, like me.
Oh, great.
It's Sarah
Yeah,
Quintana.
come, Sarah, come over. So we have 5 minutes for questions, and don't be shy. Yeah, Sarah.
Hello, thank you for this presentation. I saw in the new guidelines you were talking about sovereignty in relation to digital preservation, and I was wondering if you had already started thinking concretely about what it meant and how you were thinking of implementing it. Because I think it's an issue that a lot of archives today are thinking about.
Excuse me one moment. Tem a ver com armazenamento local não ISA.
Ok, mas ela falou como vocês estão fazendo isso agora, se vocês já estão fazendo,
Ah, tá. Esses avanços, eles estão em fase de treino, de teste. Está testado, mas não está ainda funcionando completamente na prática.
Okay, so she's saying that they're testing this because it's something really important for them to be, and this is something they're doing now, they're testing it, but not really implementing yet because it's in the testing process.
Estamos no começo.
Still in the beginning of all of this process.
Yeah, a gente está com uma estrutura, mas começou a digitalizar agora.
They already have the structure and they're started to do it, but still in the testing area.
Que tem a ver com... Sorry, I'm so sorry because I can't explain in like I would like. About this digital sovereignty, we are constructing a policy. Maybe our most trouble problema is espaço de armazenamento. Storage. Because I don't like storage in cloud, in private or public cloud. We need to our cloud, our space of armazenamento.
Yeah, basically they need their own storage for their own institute.
Yeah.
But basically,
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.